Good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be going over the community pages. Sorry, I was just doing some stuff with the listing presentation. We are going to be going over the community pages today. So with that, we're just going to walk you through setting up a community page, kind of how to go through and do some of the top features with it, and then I'm going to show you how to add it onto your personal website and some of the top features with the community pages and how you can best work those. So a couple of announcements. I'm not sure if you guys saw our new newsletter that we sent out for April. What we are doing is a new listing package. So you can get just listed postcards. You can get property business cards. Both of the postcards and the property business cards are a quantity 100. And then you get a 24x6 sign writer, all for $60. So if you wanted to do the new listing package, feel free to call into our support team to get this going. Really cool deal that we're putting together for you guys. There's a lot of value that goes in with this, so super, super awesome. We're glad that we're able to get that going for you and have that available. So you have the new listing package that you can go through and utilize. But also with this, it's just kind of giving you some information about what we're working on, some new things, and any announcements that we have. So you guys can always go through and take a look at the newsletter. And then just so you know too, we're going to be having a little YouTube channel launching, and it's going to be the AM Network. Basically what we're going to do is just kind of talking more in depth on our platform and hear what other agents have to say. We're going to be interviewing some SEO specialists, diving really deep down into some of the top features that we need to help you guys with throughout the industry, whether that be SEO or trying to get more experienced with social media, stuff like that. That will be all different key points that we teach you as we move forward with the AM network. So once that comes available, I'll definitely let you know and keep you in the loop with that. So diving into, I think that's all the announcements and things that I have right now for what we're working on. We have some really good stuff in the works, but right now just trying to dive in and get that stuff done. And then once that's done, I'll definitely let you know. You guys are always the first to know. All right, so with our topic today, community pages. So we'll go ahead and get started and dive into that right away. With community pages, this is a great tool to showcase a specific neighborhood that you're working in that you want to share the active and sold listings. So the great things with the community pages is you could even create a website specifically for a neighborhood, and then you can have the different communities throughout or just the one community. Or if on your main website you want to go through and add in all the different neighborhoods that you specialize in, you can do it that way as well. So there's so many different takes that you can actually go through and do with the community pages. So it's kind of your preference on how you want to go about it. So I'm going to show you kind of a general way, and then from there you can kind of venture out and do your own thing and have it for whatever needs you're looking to do. So with the community pages, to get started, what you'll want to do is you're going to go to your gear icon here in the top left-hand corner. When you click on the gear icon, you're going to go down to communities. So this will take you to your MLS setup, and then you'll see that there's the communities and the drop down that you can select from. So I'm going to go ahead and click on communities. When you go to the community pages, what it's going to do is it's going to say add new, click the add new button to add in your first community. The great thing is it says why we allow you to set up multiple communities. And then it says community pages help attract more customers with niche pages. And then you get improved quality of leads, and then you outsmart your competition. So the cool thing with the community pages, and what I find are most interesting with these, is this actually really showcases all of the active and sold listings within that specific neighborhood. So you add these onto your website and you can showcase that specific neighborhood with all of that data. And the great thing with that is when they're going through and searching your website, they can see what other homes in their neighborhood have sold for, and then it shows you that you're getting lead information from it and all of that. So the great thing with this is being able to have some good lead gen from this, but also showcasing all of that information with pricing and all of that, and it really makes you stand out and kind of outsmart everybody else within the area. So definitely a great little feature. So to get started with the communities, you're going to go ahead and click on this little Add New button here. It's going to ask you for the community name. So I'm just going to use Aliso Viejo for an example, just because we're here. So I'll just say Aliso Viejo, we'll say Town Center. And then I'm going to put in the zip code. So you'll want to put in the zip code of which the community is there. So then you're going to go ahead and hit proceed. What it's going to do is it's going to pull up with a map. So here at this point, now you can go through and you can draw out the specific neighborhood. So if I wanted to, I can go through and I can actually, sorry, I'm going to clear this out here. I'm trying to zoom in. There we go. So what I can do is I can actually zoom in on the map and I can do the specific neighborhood. So say that I want to showcase this little neighborhood right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my pins, and then on the very last one, I'm going to go ahead and hit that original pin to close it up. So to show you guys again how that works, I'm going to clear it out and I'm going to show you. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to click, 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 click. And then on the very last one, you're going to go to that original pin that you dropped and you're going to close it up. And then from there, that's going to close up your exact area in the neighborhood that you want to use. So you can go through and you can draw out your specific neighborhood and have that available. I'm going to go ahead and just take this neighborhood here just because I know this one that I drew out is a new area. So now I have that saved. It's saved in here, and so I can go through and I can edit. So if I want to click on the edit option, I can go through and I can edit the name. I can do the listing source. So if I wanted to go to CRMLS, like my actual MLS there. And then if you want to put some information about the community, so you could say like neighborhood was built in 1980, you know, and put all of your text and your info in here. So you can go through and you can write anything you want, and that will also display on there. The other option, if you need to click on map, you can click on edit map, and then it will take you back into that mapping option. So if you want to go ahead and map, remap, or anything like that, you can always hit this little clear button and it will clear out, as you guys saw that I just did that a little bit ago. The list you can leave for now. So this is just kind of something that we're working on. That really doesn't have any relevance right now. The sold tier, this will tell you all of the different sold data. So if you want to, you'll see that there's some on here. There's some multiples. So if you wanted to, you can go through and delete them. The multiples just means that it could be listed by 2 different agents or 3 different agents. You'll see like here on this first one, it looks like it's a rental and it's a for sale. So you can go through, like if you want to hide the rental, you can do that. If you want to hide these duplicates, you can go through and kind of change it out. So you'll see some of them are going to have the same MLS number. The thing with the MLS sending us the information, it could be that the agent had it and then it went off market and came back. So you may have to go through and adjust it a little bit, but you can go through and you can save it and do what you need to do. So you've got that. Now going back to the community pages too, if you need to delete, you can click on this little delete option. What I want to do is I'm just going to add in a couple other ones here just so you guys can see when I go to add it in. So give me 1 second here while I add in a couple more. I'm just going to enter in the community name, the community zip code. We're going to proceed, and then it's going to take to the map. So then I can zoom in if I want to get to the neighborhoods. So I'm going to say this is my neighborhood that I'm focusing on. We'll just say this one here. And the only reason why I'm adding in a couple is because I want to share a cool little tool that you guys can do as well. And then I'll do Rancho Margarita. All right, so I'm just going to do this last one here. And then with this, I'll show you how to get it added onto your pearls. All right, so we've got it in here. So now I have all my different communities, and the cool thing is you can add in multiple communities. So if you wanted to add in 500 different communities, you totally want to add in 5, you can definitely add those in too. So as many community pages as you want to add in, definitely go through and create those. I mean, if you're working in a few minutes, I would definitely come in and create those community pages and get those added in. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this onto our personal website. I'm going to go to the personal tab here over to the left-hand side. I'm going to click on personal websites. And then you'll see that there's a page section. So we're going to click on pages. And then we're going to click on add page. So when you click on add page, you're going to go to agent pages. And then the third option is going to be community page. So we're going to highlight that option here. Over to the right side, it's going to give you the text that you can adjust. So you can go and can choose your community, and then you can add in your info. So I'm going to do Aliso Viejo. I'm going to type in Aliso Viejo. And this you can go through for your community names. I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do. So what you can do here is to do just one community or one neighborhood. You could do, if you want just a single community, you could do Aliso Viejo neighborhood. And then we could put that here as well. And then you can click add. So what it will do is it will add on to your personal website now. So when I go view my website, it will actually be here listed on my website. I can click on it, and then it's going to show up with all of that data here on the website. So you'll see it's got all of the info that I need. It's going to show all of the active listings and then all of the sold listings within that area. The other thing that you can do too, which this is so cool, this is one of my favorite things that you can do. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to add in my other communities. So I'm going to do agent pages, communities, and then I'm going to do Laguna Niguel. Laguna Niguel. And then I'm going to go ahead and select the Laguna Niguel neighborhood. I'm going to add that one in. Actually going to change this one now. Oops, wrong one. Do title. I'm going to erase the neighborhood because I'm going to show you something else that you can do too. Sorry, my computer is auto-filling that in. We don't want that to. All right, and then I'm going to add in my last community that I created. So I'm going to go to pages, click on community page, and then we'll do, I'm just going to abbreviate, we'll just do RSM. And then you can select that specific community, add. So now I have all of my communities added in, all of my neighborhoods. So if I wanted to, what I can do is I can have them separate. So if you wanted to go through and have communities separate like this on your website, you can have them be side by side like that. Or the cool thing is you can click on add group and then group title, and you can do view my communities. Add. So then you're adding in a group, and then you can drag it underneath. So I'm going to drag those in. And then when I refresh my website here, so see how they're all stacked over side by side, I mean? When you refresh and you do the communities, now it's going to create the drop-down menu of all of your different neighborhoods that you have. So now if somebody wants to view your communities and then click on it, it's going to pull up Laguna Niguel. So the cool thing with this too, if you wanted to, you could have the communities separate. So another thing that you could do, like wanted to do a couple of groups, like you could do Aliso Viejo, and then you could do Laguna Niguel, and then you could do Rancho. We'll just do RSM to keep it short and sweet because that's a long name. So you could do all of your different groups, and then I could take sub pages and I could move them in underneath each community. And then the other thing you could do, okay, so those have been moved. So I'm going to delete this here. The other thing you could do is you could go to City of Aliso Viejo. I could take this URL. I could copy this, and then I can add this in as a site that says link to an outside website. So I can do City of Aliso Viejo. And then I could do this, paste this URL in here, and then I can copy that. So here you can choose to open a window. You can open up in the window and frame. So I'm going to frame it in so it stays within. So then you can add in other pages too. So if you want to go through and add in all of these different sub pages that are underneath this website, you can go through and do that. I wonder, did that save for me? Let's just double check here. Yep, it did. So if I go to the website now, you'll see I have all of my different communities that I specialize in, and then I have the neighborhood that I can view. I have the city of Aliso Viejo, their website in here. If you wanted to, oh, why didn't that work? Let me just double check here. That should have worked. But what you can do is you can go through and add in all of the different information. So if you want to create those different neighborhood websites and have those available, I'm not sure why that didn't work. I probably did something wrong, but have the city website on here through, and you can do the different neighborhoods and have that available. You could do like area schools if you wanted to, or calendar. I mean, I've seen people put a calendar on there. So if you wanted to do community events, stuff like that, I mean, there's so many different things that you could do with the different websites and the community pages. But just to kind of give you an idea, those are some different options and things that you can do in putting those onto your website. So the cool thing is adding in that additional data, you know, the city website, if you wanted to do school info, community information, anything like that, those are all going to be really cool little add-ons that you can choose to add on to your website and get more information on there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions here. Will this be available later? Yeah, so what you can do if you want to watch the recording on your dashboard, on the actual What's Up Wednesday tile, you'll see that there's the Missed It option. When you click on Missed It, that will take you to our YouTube channel to where you can go through and have the recordings available. Do you need IDX for the community feature? No, you do not have to have IDX for the community feature. There is no additional charge or anything like that to use the community pages. So you don't need to use that. Yeah, again, there was a couple of people that had asked about the community pages and having IDX. You do not need to use IDX for the communities. That's something that you can do without being signed up with the IDX functionality. So something you're able to use and have available. Jeffrey, you're so good. I wonder if that's totally what it was. You probably know more than I do. Sometimes if you add in some extra stuff, and that's probably totally what I did. So let's see. Oops, not that one. Now it's going to bother me until I get that fixed. Let's see. And I don't think I can change it now. It's okay. But yeah, so you can go through and add in your different pages. Sorry, just going through your questions here. Do you recommend connecting the MLS to the community pages? You can. When you do the MLS connection, what it will do is it will kind of help with the actual sold info. So if you do the sold info and you connect it, you'll see that the last date, this kind of tells us when it was last updated. So this might give you some good information and you can kind of use that. So like with this one, you have multiple. It will tell you the last time that it was updated. So you would probably want to hide this one versus the top one because this one was updated last. So that kind of is something that you can choose to use and have that available. Will active listings show? Yes, so it will show active and sold listings and you can use those to be able to have available. So can you please show again how the Google Maps came with all of the listings? So when you add that onto the personal website, you can go through and actually view your personal website. And when you pull it up, what it will do is it will populate with all of the, oops, wrong one. It will populate with all of the listing information. So you'll see the red are the sold and the blue are the active listings. Sorry, just going through the questions here. What is the difference with framing or not? So with the framing, when you have it framed within the website, it actually will display within the website. Whereas if you have opening up a new window, what it will do is if they click on that, it will pull up a new window and open up that website instead of remaining on your website. Canadian community pages, what are you referring to? I'll need a bit more information on that. Is there an option to add a zip code to create a community? Yes, when you go through and create it, you have to add in a zip code. So that's one of the prompts. When you add in the community name and the zip code, you have to add that information. Do we pay for a separate domain on the community pages? No, that's only if you want to, you can. The great thing is with the community pages, you can add it onto your personal website, which if you already have a domain attached to that, then you won't necessarily need to. If you want to create a separate neighborhood website specifically for that community, then yeah, you'll probably want to go through and create the actual domain for that. So if you wanted to do like Aliso Viejo community or Aliso Viejo neighborhood, or Angie Agent specializes in Aliso Viejo, or whatever you want to go ahead and do for that domain, you can, but you don't necessarily need to. It's totally up to you. I need a little bit more information. It just says Canadian community pages a bunch of times. I need more information as to what you're asking. Sorry, just going through some of these questions here. All right. For the SEO algorithm, we don't have anything updated right now. Everything's pretty much the same, but I'm actually going through some SEO training right now, and we're putting together an SEO webinar that's going to be super, super helpful. So once we get that all set up, we'll send an invite out to all of you guys. So that way you guys can go through and get signed up for that SEO webinar. So we know that's something that we're definitely falling a little behind on educating. So I'm trying to get educated up, and then as soon as I have all of that info, I will definitely let you know. So that looks like that's it for questions. Just a quick announcement. If you go to our Instagram page and follow us, we're actually going to be doing a little follow-up questioning on What's Up Wednesday. So if you're interested, be sure to follow us on Instagram and then check out our live story, and we'll go through, or our story, and then we can answer any questions for you. Also, our support hotline number is at the top of our website, so feel free to give us a call with any questions, and then you can always chat with us as well, and we can answer any of those questions for you. Next week, you can see that we'll be going over lead generation. So we're going to go through text codes, squeeze pages, lead capture pages, different things that you'll be able to utilize for some good lead generation, helping you get some more leads and kind of going through all of that stuff. So if you're interested, be sure to tune in next week. Thank you guys all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great week, and we will see you next week for What's Up Wednesday. Thanks, everyone.